Thank you. Thank you very much. People often ask me, Jack, what is the secret to your success? And I always tell them the same thing. I have no secret. I only have failures. I am serious. My entire life has been one long list of rejections, mistakes, and failures. And I would not change a single one of them. Today, I want to tell you a story that most people do not know. It is the story of a boy who was told he would never amount to anything, who was rejected from jobs, from schools, from opportunities again and again. But that boy learned two things that changed everything. Two things that anyone, anywhere can learn. And I am going to share them with you today. Let me start at the beginning. When I was 12 years old, I was nobody. I grew up poor in Hangzhou, China. My family had no money, no connections. I was small, scrawny, and often got into fights. I was never afraid of opponents who were bigger than me. But I was afraid of one thing, a small, quiet life. A life with no windows to the outside world. Then something happened. After President Nixon visited Hangzhou in 1972, my hometown became a tourist destination. Suddenly, there were foreigners everywhere, and I became fascinated. I wanted to talk to them, but I could not speak a word of English. So I made a decision. Every morning, before sunrise, before breakfast, I got on my old bicycle and rode 40 minutes to the Hangzhou International Hotel. I waited for tourists to come out. Then I walked up to them, nervous, shaking, and offered to be their free tour guide. For 9 years, rain or shine, winter or summer. The tourists laughed at my broken English. They corrected me.
They taught me new words. I made thousands of mistakes, but every day I spoke. One day, a tourist gave me a nickname. He said, "Your name is difficult. Can I call you Jack?" I said, "Okay." And that name has stayed with me ever since. That practice did not just improve my English. It gave me the confidence to connect with the world. And that is my first message to you today. You do not need perfect conditions to learn. You just need to start.
Now, let me tell you about my failures, because there were many. I was a terrible student. I failed my primary school entrance exam twice. I failed my middle school exams 3 times. I failed my university entrance exam 3 times. On my first university exam, I scored only 1 point out of 120 in mathematics. 1 point. My parents were worried. My teachers said I had no future, but I did not give up. On my 3rd try, I was finally admitted to Hangzhou Teachers College, the least respected university in my city. But I did not care. I had a place to learn. After graduation, I applied for jobs. 30 jobs. Do you know how many accepted me? 0. I applied to KFC. 24 people applied. 23 were hired. I was the only one rejected. I applied to the police force. 5 people applied. 4 were hired. I was the only one rejected. I even applied to Harvard 10 times. 10 rejections. But you know what?
Every rejection taught me something. Every no was a lesson. I learned to get used to failure. Because if you cannot get used to being rejected, how can you ever win? Let me tell you why learning English was the most important decision of my life. When I was a teenager, I saw the world through the eyes of those tourists. They told me stories about America, about Europe, about opportunities I had never imagined. And I realized something. English was not just a language, it was a key to a bigger life. Today I want to share with you the real secret of learning English. It is not grammar, it is not vocabulary, it is courage. Most learners are afraid. afraid of making mistakes, afraid of sounding stupid, afraid of being laughed at. But listen to me carefully. Silence is the only mistake you cannot fix. The tourists did not laugh at my bad grammar. They respected my effort. They saw a boy who was willing to try.
And that is what people remember, not your mistakes, but your courage. So my advice to you is simple. Open your mouth. Speak badly if you must, but speak. Now let me give you a method. I call it the unfair advantage. It is unfair because it compresses years of learning into weeks. Week 1, flood your brain. Every morning, listen to 30 minutes of slow English. Whisper along. Whispering is safe. No one hears you, but your mouth still moves. Week 2, shadow like a parrot. Listen to a short audio. Repeat every sentence out loud. Same speed, same emotion, same rhythm. Week 3, speak with a human. Find a partner. Talk for 20 minutes every day. Do not prepare, just talk. After 3 weeks, you will not be fluent, but you will be brave. And brave speakers learn faster than perfect ones. Let me leave you with 3 truths that I have learned from my failures. Truth 1. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. I did not succeed despite my failures. I succeeded because of them. Every mistake taught me something. Every rejection showed me where to improve. Truth 2. If you never give up, you still have a chance. Giving up is the greatest failure. I have said this many times. When you fall, you stand up. You fall again, you stand up again. That is the only way to win. Truth 3. Do not complain. Look at yourself. When people fail, they often blame others. But if you only check yourself, something wrong with me here, something wrong with me there, then you have hope. Let me share 2 more short stories. These are from my own life and I have not told them often. The first story is about the night I almost gave up. It was 1994. I was 30 years old.
I had been rejected so many times that I lost count. I was sitting in my small apartment in Hangzhou, looking out the window at the rain. I asked myself, Jack, why are you still trying? Maybe you are not meant to succeed. Then there was a knock on the door. A foreign tourist, an old man, was lost in the rain. He asked for directions. I invited him in, gave him tea, and helped him find his hotel. Before he left, he looked at me and said, young man, you have a kind heart. Do not let the world change that. Keep going. That old man never knew how much those words meant to me, but they gave me the strength to try again the next morning. The second story is about a young woman I met in London. Her name was Priya. She was from India, but had moved to the UK to study. Her English was good on paper, but she could not speak without freezing. I told her, Priya, for 1 month, speak English badly on purpose, say the wrong grammar, use the wrong words, but speak. She thought I was crazy.
But she tried. The first week was painful. She recorded herself and hated her voice. But she did not stop. After 1 month, she was still making mistakes, but she was no longer silent. She got a job at a bank working with international clients. Priya learned that courage is louder than perfection. Now let me give you a longer plan. Not just 3 weeks, but a year. A year to transform your English and your life. Month 1, follow the 3-week unfair advantage method. Listen, whisper, shadow, speak. Months 2 to 4, add reading out loud for 15 minutes every day. Read anything you enjoy, stories, news, blogs. Read it like you are speaking to a friend. Months 5 to 8, start writing 1 paragraph every day. Write about your day, your dreams, your fears. Then read it out loud. This connects your writing voice to your speaking voice. Months 9 to 12. Join an English-speaking club or find a regular conversation partner. Speak for 1 hour every week. Record yourself, listen back. Celebrate your progress. After 1 year, you will not be perfect, but you will be free. And freedom is better than perfection. My friend, you already have everything you need. You have a brain that learns. You have a mouth that can move. You have a heart that wants to grow. The only thing missing is the decision to start today, not tomorrow. If a poor boy from Hangzhou, rejected 30 times, failed 10 times, can build something from nothing, then you can learn English. You can overcome your fears. You can build your own future. Now I want you to say something with me out loud right now. I will not give up. I will not give up. Good. That is your first step. Tomorrow, take another and another. And one day, you will look back and smile. Thank you.